I have 50 active credit cards. It is one of those things where if I have to manage all of them, it takes a lot of my time, a lot of my energy. And for me, knowing that I'm going to get value out of this card as is, exactly how it is made, I'm fine with just leaving it as it is. It allows me to focus on the other cards that I have, whether I should just outright cancel cards I'm no longer using, focus on hitting sign up bonuses and finding crafty ways to generate more spend.
And you like the lounge access, so you're going to be using that frequently. You don't have the other lounge options where you're traveling out of?
Yeah, the lounge access is really great. DCA, Reagan National. I'm going to use my Capital One card to get into Capital One Landing. But at Boston, they don't have an Amex lounge that I'm aware of, at least. And I don't have access to the American Admirals Club. I could fly Delta, but the problem is that I just don't fly Delta enough. I have status with American, so why wouldn't I fly American Airlines? Let's say American Express opens a lounge that's accessible to walk to in Boston. That creates another option. I have to revisit how I would actually value the Chase Lounge access because I could then use my Amex because I'm also going to keep my Amex Platinum card. It's one of those things where if I could get rid of one of them, I would because I'd rather have $800 in my pocket. But because it works for my specific situation at this point in my life right now, I see no reason to get rid of it.
Yes, and some of these things you said you're spending on anyway, like the Peloton membership, Lyft, and otherwise you'd probably be spending money in the airport on food, which is not fun because it's quite overpriced. So the lounge
Yeah.
access is nice, having the quieter spaces in the lounge, unlimited food and drinks.
And to put it bluntly, I've eaten at a lot of the restaurants on the American Airlines and United side of Boston Airport. The restaurants, they're really not as good as the Chase Lounge. The Chase Lounge has higher quality food, higher quality drinks. Not that I really drink alcohol much, but it's just something about the quality of the food being better that makes it actually easier to justify holding on to it as opposed to getting like crappy sandwich at another restaurant.
You mentioned crafty spend, or I've used the term creative spend a lot. There is a perk on the card as well. Spend 75,000 in a year for status with IHG, a $250 shops at Chase credit, a $500 Southwest travel credit, and status. Personally, my credit limit isn't very high on this card, so I won't be able to do the 75K. I've opened a lot of cards with Chase, and they told me that I had to reallocate credit limit, so I don't have much credit limit on the Sapphire Reserve, unfortunately. But maybe this could be an argument for keeping the card if you have tons and tons of spend. You're only getting 1x on most of your spend, but if you have enough spend that you're running out of other cards like 2% cards, or maybe 1.5x type cards, it could be worth spending on this card, especially if you're valuing the ultimate rewards at 1.5 to 2 cents per point. If you're getting this big bonus at the end of the rainbow, I think that can be an argument for keeping it, especially if you'd fly Southwest. That's a $500 travel credit. The shops at Chase credit, probably not too valuable, but there are some benefits here for high spend, an argument for keeping the card if you have high spend.
Yeah, at this point in time, it's not really for me. IHG status, it's platinum status. You get that from holding the IHG card. And I have the super exclusive $49 IHG card that they will have to pry out of my dead hands to get rid of that one. Gotten so much value out of that. $250 shops at Chase. Haven't really looked into it. I actually think the $500 Southwest travel credit and status is actually quite interesting. If you actually fly Southwest with any regularity, but not enough to gain status naturally,